Hey everyone, this is Sam and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about on-ball defense for NBA 2K22. So when you're playing defense in this game, this situation right here you see is the ideal one you want to trigger. But a lot of the time what ends up happening is that the offensive player is putting you in spots that you just kind of feel helpless because all the dribble animations and the stunting, the offense has advantage over you with all of the animation options they have. And at the same time, against a slashing kind of player, you feel like you just can't make contact with them and they will just blow by you. But that's all in the past. After this video today, you see right here, you'll be able to do what I'm doing, where I am creating defensive animations that cancels the offense's advantage. You can see time and time again, even the dribble moves and any kind of the blow-bys is completely canceled by my on-ball defense. Once you learn these techniques, you'll turn the table on the offense and you will dictate what happens on the court. So if you enjoyed today's tutorial, please add me a like. And if you want to see more tutorials from me on gameplay or player builds, you can click on the card above or the link in the description below to find my playlist on every 2K20 tutorials I have made all year. And if you would like to play together with me or just chat with me to ask me more questions, feel free to add my socials you see right here. So when it comes to success with playing on-ball defense in this game, the key is that you must be in the optimal defensive stance. So we're going to call that the ODS. And what I'm going to show you is the ODS for this year, 2K22, it has 3 parts. And once you have all 3 down, you will find success guarantee. So part 1, you must first hold L2 and get up to the dribbler. So hold L2, be close to the dribbler. And then part 2 is to push the right stick straight up and hold it down. Push it up and hold it up there. This will put you into that ODS stance animation. And this is what it looks like. So right here, L2 is being held down and right stick is being pushed straight up. And once you're in this stance, make sure you crowd the dribbler. So you're going to use the ODS to crowd up the offensive player. So L2 held down and right stick pushed straight up. And when all of that happens, you can see I'm in the ODS stance here. And you can see how this possession plays out. As the attacker tries to get me, L2 is being held down and right stick is still being pushed up. And I'm going to track the offensive player with left stick. While L2 held down, right stick pushed up. And you can see I move fast. And not only do I move fast and I'm balanced, I also can warp to the player as they do moves because I'm crowding them. And if they make any kind of contact with me, I get animation advantage. Blow by cancel right there. Here you see I'm holding L2. And right after that, I'm going to push the right stick straight up and keep it up. So now I'm in that ODS. And while I'm in ODS, I'm going to use the left stick to track while still holding down L2, pushing right stick straight up, tracking with the left stick. The left stick is in either flicking motions. If I need to push it, I'll push it. But you can see I'm balanced. I move smoothly. I cancel any kind of blow-bys. There's another one. And if they hit me, animation advantage always goes to me. And part 3 of the ODS, which I'm about to show you, is used more to stop slashers and also for recovery if you do happen to get out of position. So you see this is versus LeBron James with Mikal Bridges. And there's that ODS triggering that blow by cancel animation, so I cannot get blow by here. And remember, as I'm doing all this, L2 is held down and right stick is still being pushed straight up, so another blow by cancel right there. And if the attacker happens to get separation from this ODS, make sure you're still holding L2 and pushing the right stick straight up, but tap turbo to make that quick gap recovery. So I'm about to tap turbo here and I'm going to show it to you in slow motion. You can see I'm pushing the left stick to track, L2 held down, right stick pushed straight up, tap turbo once, and I made that recovery, get back into my animation cancels. And even though you push it the right stick straight up, if the offensive player happen to shoot, you must still jump to contest because pushing and holding the right stick won't do it. So you're still going to jump when they shoot. So you can feel this ODS or R2 tap recovery here and it's beautiful. I cancel that blow by, but I know he's going to beat me. So I'm going to tap R2 while tracking with the left stick. L2 held down, left stick straight up. And you can see that was like magical right there. And one thing I need from you guys about this ODS, if you got any questions, ask and make sure you try it and leave your feedback in the comment section so I know how well it works for everybody else. So for me, the ODS is working the best. I have tried all of the possible combinations on available defensive stance. I've also tried, obviously what worked years before, but that's once again has changed. Like, it's right stick push and hold, right? And not flick right stick up. So make sure you nail that. That animation you just saw, that was me flicking the right stick up. It's not a flick. It's you push the right stick up and you hold it there. Like, that's what it looks like. That's what the animation should look like if you hold it up. If you flick it, he's going to step forward and do bad. So I feel non-ODS stances are in general are inferior, and it's kind of asking for trouble. You can see me here defend without the ODS stance, which is the L2 and the right stick, and tap R2 if I want to do the turbo, and track with the left stick. You can see without the ODS, all of that animations is just gone. But this ODS technique is, I think it's the one test that let me know, but it's also amazing with great defenders. So here you can see me do the ODS with Kawhi, who is probably the best defensive player in the game. And I'm facing Damian Lillard here, so I'm not facing a bad player, bad rated player. You can see this, the ODS is insane. Like, Dame has me blown by here. I'm showing my back, but because I'm in ODS, I just kind of warp and suck him in, and then I have the animation advantage. And that's what this ODN stats is about. Without using it, the offenses has so much animation stuff to use on you that's designed to beat you. But when you use the ODS, especially when the defender is at least decent, like a Mikal Bridges or like a Kawhi, it's just then you feel like you're winning that battle. As long as you beat the offensive player to that spot and you're just kind of able to track them and not be completely beat, you have the advantage. Like, you can see time and time again here, no matter how many times this Damian Lillard tries to get by me, like, that's ODS right there, right? That's a blow by animation cancel. Like, I had a speed boost. Like, Kawhi Leonard, ODS gives your defender speed boost. I'm telling you, you see it here. Like, all that bumping and all that sudden warping, that's what it is. So in general, the game is still new, and some of my defensive impressions and some interesting discoveries is that you see me here, I'm sliding with L2. I'm moving pretty fast, but I'm sliding with L2 still, but as you get closer to the offensive player this year, your sliding just slows down. Like, I'm not holding turbo. This is just regular. I'm doing the exact same slide as I was, even if I'm tapping turbo as I back up. I'm doing the exact same slide, but you can see I'm much faster doing the exact same slide at the exact same speed when I'm away from the offensive player. But when I get close, if I trigger the same sliding, I just automatically slow down. So that's very hard to adjust to if you're defending. So if some of you are struggling with that, that's why. Because you move slower, even though your input speed is the same, depending on your distance with the on-ball offensive player. So your speed is relative to how close you are to the offensive player. Your input speed does not make it any quicker. Just your speed is going to decrease the closer you are, no matter how much faster you click it. You can see I'm doing the exact same thing, but when I'm close, I move. Look at how much slower that is. I didn't slow down on purpose. I'm going at the exact same speed. That is why you need the ODS, because when you're in ODS, there's that suction that happens automatically if the offensive player gets too close to you. So that cancels this advantage of you moving slower no matter how hard you try, just because you're close to the offensive player. You can see me if I'm not holding L2 and just running around. Like, this is me running around up top with turbo. And if I get close to the offensive player and I run, I'm running at the same speed. Watch. I'm going to run now, away. That's my speed. And if I get close and run by him, see, I'm not slowing down. I get even closer, same thing. I get up to super close, same thing. But the moment you touch or hold L2, you're going to just go into this mud the closer you are to the offensive player. But ODS cancels that, okay? So try the ODS with me. Let me know how it helps you. As always, thanks for coming by. More defensive tutorials all year long. And I'll speak to all of you again very soon.